The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to FBLA-PBL's webinar titled Start Smart, a Guide to Second Semester Recruitment and Retention. This session will offer tips for recruiting members and keeping them active, and will explain why it's never too late to recruit more members. My name is Lisa Smothers, and I serve as FBLA-PBL's National Membership Director. I'll be on today's webinar along with PBL National Secretary Bo Cobb. We'll provide recruitment strategies, ideas for keeping members involved, and we'll focus on how members and advisors can use national programs, including FBLA-PBL Week, to motivate both current members and recruit new ones. I'll also serve as today's moderator. We encourage you to submit questions at any time during the broadcast using the GoToWebinar toolbar at the top right of your screen. We'll go over questions at the end of this presentation. Just as a reminder, we will be recording this webinar and it will be available for you to download on our YouTube channel tomorrow. And don't forget to update your social media status to let everyone know you're taking part in today's webinar. The new year is a perfect time to set goals, not only personally, but for your chapter as well. One of those goals should be to recruit new members this semester. Some of you might be thinking, but isn't it too late to recruit? We did that in the fall. It's never too late to recruit. Recruitment is an ongoing process and requires the dedication of national officers, state officers, local chapter officers, advisors, and even individual members. Remember, the most important resource that any organization has is its membership. The more dependable, enthusiastic members you attract, the more that you can accomplish. Chapters that are successful in increasing membership numbers have found that the key to growth is a well-planned and aggressive recruitment strategy. Set a goal for your chapter. How many members would you like to gain? It's always good to overshoot your goals and set high expectations. Next, make a game plan. Create a list of steps you will take in order to recruit your new members. What kind of people are you looking to attract? How will you advertise? What will you say once you have their attention? Now here's Bo to explain how to promote the benefits of FBLA-PBL.
Thank you, Lisa. Before your officers and chapter members can recruit new members, they must be proud of FBLA-PBL. Ask them, why did you join? Or if they're an officer, why did you decide to run for office? Tell them to have a prepared elevator speech, no more than 30 seconds to a minute long, to give anyone who asks about FBLA-PBL. The mission is also an excellent place to start. Our mission is to bring business and education together in positive working relationships through innovative leadership and career development programs. And here's my elevator speech. FBLA-PBL is the world's largest student business association with over 250,000 members nationwide. As a member, you have the opportunity to connect, compete, and grow your skills to be a future business leader. And when you finish off your elevator speech, make sure to hand them a business card so they can take it back home. Coach your officers and members on how to talk to prospective members. They should be curious, be brief, be courteous, be direct, and most importantly, be enthusiastic. Next, Lisa will talk about some things that you can do to promote your recruitment events.
Thank you, Bo. Active, long-term members are vital to your chapter's success. They are your source of leadership, serve as important role models for new members, and carry the torch into the next year. Get them involved in your recruitment activities. Have them distribute brochures and information packets about your chapter activities to potential members who visit your meetings. Tabling is among the most effective recruitment strategies. Members could take shifts at an informational table in a high-traffic area, such as different sporting events, maybe in the student union or cafeteria, or even at an activities fair. An effective table or booth is colorful, interactive, and informative. Try having candy at the table, showing a membership video, or displaying a chapter scrapbook. FBLA-PBL offers several incentives to local chapters who work to recruit and retain members. PBL is offering the Power of One program this year. Any chapter increasing their membership numbers over the previous year will receive recognition. FBLA is sponsoring a 7-Up program. Any local chapter increasing membership by 7 members over last year will be recognized. All NLC delegates of chapters who accomplish this will receive ribbons at the NLC or National Leadership Conference. Members recruiting either 5 or 10 new members are rewarded with a certificate of recognition through the Membership Madness and Membership Mania programs. And chapters are recognized with certificates of recognition for both maintaining or increasing their membership totals from the previous year or signing up all students in one class for FBLA-PBL. Please take advantage of these programs. You have plenty of time to build your membership numbers as well as receive recognition. Back to you, Bo.
Our members have grown up with technology, so use it to your advantage and publicize your recruitment events where students spend their time on social media. Use social media to get your recruitment message out to potential members and encourage your existing members to like, share, and retweet your posts. It helps amplify your message. Connect with prospective members on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. That way you'll have multiple ways to let them know about upcoming events and activities. And don't forget to post pictures afterwards. If you have not done so already with your current members, record their cell phone numbers, email addresses, and social media profiles. Don't forget to connect with the National Center on Facebook at facebook.com/futurebusinessleaders and on Twitter at twitter.com/FBLA_national.
Two of the biggest benefits that FBLA-PBL members receive from joining our organization are leadership skills and travel. Make plans now to attend this year's NLC, which will be held in Nashville, Tennessee, where members and advisors will network with business leaders from across the country, elect new officers, and compete against the best of the best for national recognition in more than 60 different competitive events. Your conference dates for PBL are June 24th to the 27th, and for FBLA, June 29th through July 2nd. Remember, in order to be eligible to compete at the National Leadership Conference this summer, FBLA national dues must be paid by March 1st, and PBL national dues must be paid by April 15th. We've just covered strategies for recruitment, and we're going to move on to retention. However, keep in mind that when it comes to membership, retention is really just another word for recruitment. Always invite prospective members to attend your day-to-day events, such as chapter meetings and community service activities. Let's talk about promoting your meetings. Great flyer or poster locations for advertising chapter meetings include libraries, departmental bulletin boards, and progressive hangouts. Chalk general meeting announcements in high-traffic areas around campus. And as Bo just mentioned, use your social media networks to get the word out. Go to where your members are. Make the most out of your meetings by keeping members interested and engaged at the meetings that they attend. Invite guest speakers, plan interactive activities, present awards, recognize members for achievements, or have your meetings hosted by other groups and organizations, and of course invite their members to join. Don't just hold a meeting for meeting's sake. Set out to make the best use of each member's time. FBLA-PBL offers a program called the Business Achievement Awards, or BAA for FBLA, the Middle Level Achievement Awards, MAP, for FBLA Middle Level, and the Career and Membership Achievement Awards, CMAP, for PBL. These unique recognition programs are designed to grow and retain local chapter membership through activities and projects with special emphasis on career development and preparation for the business world. Encourage all of your members to take part in these programs. Remember, for the BAA and CMAP programs, advisors must register students in the advisor area of the website before members can log on. These two programs are offered online, and all forms are interactive with no paperwork, which is the greatest part of it, for either the advisor or the member. The entry forms for the MAP program are located in the Chapter Management Handbook for the Middle Level Division. March 1st is the deadline for all three programs, with the exception of the America level of the BAA program. The deadline for this level is April 25th. Our curriculum-related programs provide members with unique opportunities to apply the skills and the knowledge that they are learning in the classroom. Let's focus on two programs that your local chapter can take advantage of. America Saves is a program of the Consumer Federation of America, CFA, centered around America Saves Week, which is the end of February and it goes into the first week of March. It's a national effort aimed at teaching and motivating students to save money. CFA provides training to advisors and students, materials, resources, and many events are sponsored by business partners and include cash awards. BrainBench offers over 400 online technical and career certification tests, which go great in a career or scholarship portfolio. Information on all of these programs and all of our partners can be found in the Chapter Management Handbook or online under Membership Benefits. Now here's Bo to tell you how you can use FBLA-PBL Week as a recruitment and retention tool.
FBLA-PBL Week is one of my favorite weeks. During FBLA-PBL Week, February 9th through 15th, our chapters throughout the country are celebrating by publicizing their activities that include everything from FBLA-PBL T-shirt Day to Advisor Appreciation Day. Remember, celebrating this week can serve as a springboard to celebrating the entire month of February for Career and Technical Education Month. How can you get ready? Continue to plan different activities throughout the month. It could be sponsoring a guest speaker at a meeting, hosting a chapter etiquette dinner, job shadowing, sponsoring a business fair, or manning an informational booth to get the word out to prospective members. Other events for FBLA-PBL Week include Professional Attire Day and FBLA-PBL Pride Day, where all members are encouraged to wear blue and gold, take a group photo, and post it to our national Facebook page. And don't forget, it's not too late to recruit. Use this week of fun activities to invite students to participate. Host a pizza party, movie night, field trip, or any other fun activity to attract more members. Keep your members interested and involved is the key to retention. Get noticed. Make sure your school, local media, business, policymakers, and the community know about CTE Month. Invite community leaders or state officers to attend your chapter meetings and communicate with public officials by writing and visiting them. This is a good opportunity to take pictures and write news stories. Plan a group outing during FBLA-PBL Week, such as attending a professional sports game, and then take a group photo after for the newspaper. And why not make your outing a recruitment event? Don't forget to invite those prospective members to your outings and activities. Take it a step further and make sure your chapter is in the news throughout the year. Media looks for news that is timely, includes high-resolution photos, and is of interest to the community. Student award winners, group events, unique fundraisers, and projects are all great things that your chapter reporter can focus on when preparing news releases for the community, school newspaper, or website. Oftentimes, journalists look for a hook to a story. Instruct your officers that when writing news releases, use words like local, first ever, best, and largest. Saturday, February 15th is National FBLA-PBL Community Service Day. If you have not planned something, there's still time. You could even plan a project for later in the month, but promote it to your members now. Service activities help your chapter get involved and contribute directly to the community. Members recognize the importance of being responsible citizens and form networks with business and community leaders. Service learning helps your members learn about real-world issues, concerns, and needs, matches members' strengths with community needs, provides practical experience in planning and organizing, develops leadership skills, builds recognition and goodwill for the chapter, and teaches satisfaction of a job well done. Activities should include working with the March of Dimes, volunteering at a homeless shelter, conducting a blood drive, developing community improvement projects, or developing a project with any other service organization. This year, the Professional Division National Officer Team is again sponsoring Professional Division Engagement Day. During this day, chapters are encouraged to plan activities that involve local business leaders. For example, invite professional division members and other business and community leaders to speak at a local chapter meeting to share his or her expertise or to talk about some aspect of business. And finally, remember that your national officers are just a Skype or phone call away.
Okay, we had a number of questions submitted during the presentation. We'll start getting to those now. If we run out of time, we'll email you individually to answer any question that we're not able to get to. So the first question is from Sarah in Tennessee, and she says that you guys talked about 2 new membership programs that I'm not familiar with. Can you explain the Power of One and the FBLA 7-Up programs? So Bo, if you'll cover the Power of One, I'll follow up with the 7-Up program. So Bo, can you talk about the Power of One?
Absolutely, Lisa. So the Power of One program is actually a very near and dear program to my heart. During PBL National Officer Training in June, we were all thinking of ways to hit our membership recruitment goal, and then we realized not all chapters can recruit 100 members, although I'm not stopping you from going out there and trying. But once you hit 100% of last year and you recruit one more member, that one member is going to get you recognized at this year's NLC.
Thanks, Bo. And just imagine if everyone does that one member across the board with all of our chapters. That's a lot of members, and that's a big impact. The FBLA 7-Up program is very similar, and the national officers for FBLA training kind of thought about the same thing. So what they came up with is that every chapter that gains 7 members over their last year's numbers, end of the year numbers, will receive a ribbon if they attend the NLC. That means their delegates attending the NLC will receive that special ribbon. And the great thing about each one of these, the Power of One or the 7-Up, you don't have to do anything or submit any paperwork. It's automatically calculated from our database. So get out there and start recruiting those members. Okay, the next question is from Kennedy in Oklahoma. And she says that she wants to know what are the benefits to members if they participate in the CMAP or the BAA membership recognition program. So Bo, do you want to handle that one?
Absolutely. I was really fortunate. I got to test out the BAA program when it first launched. And what these programs are, the BAA and the CMAP and the MAP, they're really developing a portfolio that's honing in on your skills, and you're getting recognized for things that most of you all are already doing as members of FBLA-PBL, such as going out and recruiting one more member or building a resume. And it's a really great way for you to connect with your other members in your chapter and with your advisor so they can review your resume and make sure that you're getting ready for the work world or college.
Great. And I'd just like to add that for both the BAA and the CMAP programs, it's not only the individuals that benefit, the chapters do as well, because it's really designed to get members excited about the different programs to help them get more involved and learn about things so they can actually turn around and help build both the retention and the recruitment numbers of the chapters. The next question we have is from Marissa in Florida, and she says that her chapter is fairly new and she wants to know what some of the best ways for members are to become involved during the second semester. So Bo, do you want to take a stab at that one as well?
Absolutely. The second semester is just such a wonderful time, especially in the great state of Florida. It's much warmer there than it is up here, I'm sure. But during the second semester, there's so many great things going on with competitive events and conferences and FBLA-PBL Week and CTE Month. You know, if you just search our national website, you can see FBLA-PBL Week. There's actually a handout that we have of suggested activities for you, but hosting a study night for your competitive events to get ready for the Florida State Conference, that can be fun. And of course, I think we all like trophies, and that's what comes in the spring.
Great. Next, we have a question from Drew in Wisconsin. He says that our chapter wants to get involved in FBLA-PBL Week. Can you suggest some good activities that we can sponsor on some of those days? So, Bo, you've been on a roll with all of these questions. You want to go ahead and help Drew out here?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, FBLA-PBL Week is one of my favorite weeks. And a really cool activity is to host a Powder Puff football game as a chapter bonding activity, and that's a great way to raise money for a nonprofit, and it's a great way to have your chapter members bond with each other. And then, of course, the most important day of FBLA-PBL Week, in my opinion, is Advisor Appreciation Day, because they do so much for us. So get your chapter together and, you know, maybe just go buy a card and just make sure to really thank them and get your members to sign it and give it to your advisor.
Yes, that's such a good point, because those advisors do volunteer a lot of their time, and sometimes you don't realize it. I used to be a former teacher, so I can relate here. A thank you goes a long way, and you'd be surprised, but, you know, 20 years down the road, sometimes a teacher will still remember those little gestures, and it's just nice to do, because it is, again, a lot of times a volunteer position. Looks like we have one more question. There's a question about the BAA, and so I think what they want to do is, I actually have two more questions. The BAA, the question is they want to know how to sign up for the BAA and how to get involved. The Business Achievement Awards, or BAA, is the high school level of the membership recognition program. There's 4 different levels: the future level, the business level, the leader level, and the America level. And your advisor registers the student for each level. Once they register that student, the student is given a password, so they'll log in with the chapter number and the password, and they'll be able to go through the different sections and the different problems on each entry form of the BAA. The great thing about it is that when you want to go to an activity on the BAA, you basically go to that question, and then if you click on a link, that activity will be right there. So there, again, there's really nothing to print off. For example, one of the activities on the future level is to do an FBLA-PBL kind of trivia test, and you have to score a certain percentage or higher. Great thing about that is you just click on the link and it's right there, and you can take it as many times as you can to learn as much as you can to complete that score. So it's really great for the future level. I guarantee you everybody could probably qualify for that. You've probably done all of those right away, and you know, each level builds on the other. So the future level is awarded at the local level with a pin. The business level is awarded at the local level with a pin. The leader level is awarded at the state level with a pin. And the America level is awarded at the national level. Usually we have a lot of people. I'd like to see even more. So all of you people online, I expect to see BAA or CMAP entries. It's really a beneficial program. Okay, it looks like we have one last question. Susan from Ohio. She wants to know one great recruitment or retention tip that you can give her. So I'll start, and then I'm sure that Bo has one, because he always has some great ideas. So the one tip that I'd like to give is that have some food. Food draws members. But remember to have them attend the meeting first and eat the food afterwards. You know, and I would always plan it when I used to be an advisor in a common area. And I always kind of knew when the sporting events and all of the athletic events were getting out, so I'd kind of plan it around then. I know it's kind of tricky to do those things and sneaky, but, you know, it only takes one thing to hook them, and once they get involved and see what it's all about, you know, they're in it for life. There's a lot of lifers around. We like to say FBLA-PBL is a lifetime association because we have divisions for everybody: the high school, middle level, high school, college, and the adult division. Bo?
I absolutely agree with you on FBLA-PBL being a lifetime association. And a really cool recruitment tactic, and it's really my big secret to recruitment, is the minute that you are talking to a person about FBLA-PBL, you just have to be very genuine, because this association is so amazing. It's almost impossible not to join, even if, you know, a lot of my members at a past chapter were biology majors or chemistry majors. Just make sure that they know that this is so much more than an association or a club. It's really a family, and it's a network of people that want to see you succeed. And I personally know from 6 years ago, there are past officers that are still rooting for me, so, and still helping me out with business endeavors. So.
And that is so true. I mean, people find me on Facebook all of the time. We're all on social media these days. And I have students that were in FBLA, and they're not students anymore, they're adults. And they're in my classes in the FBLA chapter, you know, 15, 20 years ago. And out of the blue, I'll get an email saying, you know, I just want to tell you that I learned so much, and I think about those FBLA days. So it goes a long way. And you'd be surprised. Everywhere you go, you're going to meet somebody that knows about the organization, because we have a great name, Future Business Leaders of America. Okay, that's all the time we have for today. Please don't miss next month's live FBLA-PBL Week kickoff, which will be hosted by our 3 division presidents. Also, don't forget you can find all of our past webinars archived on our YouTube channel, as well as on the national website Media Gallery. They're a great resource to include in your chapter meeting. Thank you all for attending, and have a nice evening and a great rest of the week, and stay warm.